Tonight, if you could prevent your son or daughter from developing certain cancers, would you do it? Medical experts say the HPV vaccine does just that. So why does it remain so controversial and not widely distributed, even though recommended by the CDC? Indiana lags behind it, 40th in the country when it comes to HPV vaccination. RTV6 reporter Tanya Spencer looks into the stigma associated with the shots.
This is probably the safest vaccine that we've ever produced.
It protects against several cancers, including cervical and anal cancers, and protects against genital warts in both women and men. It's highly recommended by medical professionals.
The American College of Pediatrics, the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, family practice organizations, American Cancer Society all advocate and recommend as part of their guidelines, including vaccination for girls and boys between the ages of 9 and 26.
And yet, a low percentage of us are giving the vaccine to our sons and daughters. It's the HPV vaccine. The CDC recommends boys and girls get the shot at 11 or 12 years old before they become sexually active. Just how common the human papillomavirus is astounding.
Extremely common. It's almost ubiquitous among sexually active individuals. So about 75 to 80% of people will have a lifetime acquisition of HPV. So almost all people who are sexually active at some point in their lives will acquire the virus.
Most of us clear the virus like a cold. For others, it can be life-threatening.
It causes about 80% of cervical cancers. There's about 12,000 women are diagnosed in the United States with cervical cancer each year.
The HPV virus typically strikes women in their prime. It can lead to infertility or even death from cervical cancer. The FDA-approved vaccines, a series of 3 shots, protect against the virus. Per state law, local schools send out letters to parents of 6th grade girls explaining the benefits. So why are only about 30% of adolescent girls getting vaccinated and a much lower percentage of boys? A quick online search may answer that.
This is very hard to talk about. It's pretty much taken 2 years of my life away. If I had never gotten this shot, I would be a normal teenager, and I wish I could go back to when I could ride my bike.
Story after heart-wrenching story of girls who believe the vaccine caused serious side effects. Everything from severe pain to seizures and even paralysis. They say they would have rather taken their chances with cervical cancer.
I'm going to be 23 next week. And I feel like all my hopes and dreams have been ripped from me.
But doctors say the science doesn't prove a cause and effect. Investigations did not link the vaccine to reported deaths and adverse reactions, calling them coincidence. IU School of Medicine professor Dr. Greg Zimmett researched the HPV vaccine extensively before it was even licensed. A leading expert in the field, he says huge studies show the vaccine is safe.
There's no question that it's much, much safer to get vaccinated than to not get vaccinated. There's no doubt about that.
Tanya Spencer, RTV6.
And another reason for the low vaccination rates, even doctors are uncomfortable bringing it up with parents of 11 and 12-year-olds. Dr. Zimmett says, do your research, bring it up to your doctor, and be skeptical of blogs or personal stories. The vaccine has been given literally to millions of Americans. And while Pap screens are a good second line of defense against cancer, Dr. Zimmett believes HPV vaccination should be the first.